Hi, so I'm going to show you a little bit on how to create a press release in MailChimp and send it out. So when you log into MailChimp, you'll be delivered to the dashboard right here, and it has little bits of information on here that you can explore on your own. You're going to want to create a new campaign. Each email is its own campaign. So you click on Create Campaign, and at this point, all I've ever created is a regular campaign, so that's what we're going to be selecting. So hit select, and you're going to be choosing your list here. So at this point for this test, I'm just going to choose the main list, and we'll say send to the entire list. You can also send to segments, which we can discuss at a later date. We may need to, if you need to send an email to more than one of these lists, then we either need to combine them so we have segments, or else you have to set up 2 emails to send. When you choose your list, hit next down at the bottom right. And note, at any time during this, you can click Save and Exit up here, and it can take you various places, but you'll save your work and you can come back to it. Okay, so name your campaign. This doesn't show up anywhere except in your campaign list, so this does not go out in email, so you can name it whatever you want, but normally you're probably going to name it the same as the email subject line. So press release tests, and then after the rest of the stuff on here, you should not have to click any of it or change any of it. You can explore it. Maybe as you get more experience, you can look at some of this stuff. So hit next when you enter in those 2 items. Now you're going to select a template. So I've created a template. So you're going to click on Save Templates. And there's 2 listed here. And I was doing a couple of tests, but I can delete one of these. But you're going to use the inkpr press release 2015. So click Select. And you're going to have this screen loads up the template. So you have information on the left, your columns. If you ever need to, you can edit this information in here, but I would suggest that if you want to edit that information, let me know so that we can edit it all at once, and it'll affect the template rather than doing it individually. So when you want to edit this, so you can change the width here of this center screen if you need to look at more. You need more area to look at. And the way this is set up, you're going to have to, you click on Edit. So this clicks this whole Edit box here. And when you click on it, you'll see that it appears in the right-hand panel. So I'm going to slide this over here so you have more view. And you'll have this, you have this WYSIWYG panel. And so you can come in here and edit this information. I would put the title in here, new title, press release. All this stuff is in here because it's going to stay the same, so you don't have to change it. So then you can just hit a return. Now, what I've also done is I've opened up a press release on Incandescent PR. So I'm going to switch tabs in my browser. And so we have this press release here. And what you're going to do is use your mouse and highlight all the text in the press release that you want to copy. So notice that we already have this contact information in the press release. So just copy this part and then hit Command C. Command C, I'm assuming you're on a Macintosh system. This will all work on a Windows system, but the commands will be Control-C, I guess, instead. Then I click back into my template, and I hit Apple Command V to paste my content in. And I did this yesterday, and it did not bring the background color in, but today it did. That's very strange. So I've pasted that in. Now, I'll deal with the background issue, but you also want to get the image in here. I wouldn't go overboard on images, but so we want to insert an image. So I'm going to put the cursor, most of the time the image is going to be top right. So you're going to want to put your cursor right at the beginning, and then there's this little image icon here, File Manager. You're going to click that, and it opens up the File Manager. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can select an image. First, we're getting a little off my screen here. I'm going to move this over a little bit. I've already imported the image that was in that press release here. So you could select one of these. You could say select right here and use that image. You could also import from URL, might be useful. And I'm going to import the same image again to show you how I would go about it. So I'm going to click back to this tab. And then I'm going to hit, on the Apple, I'm going to hit Control while my mouse is pointing at the image. Control, click, and then a left mouse click. And my slow computer spins a little beach ball for a bit. And then I'm going to Open Image in New Tab. There's another tab here. And you see you have your image, but it has the URL up here. So then I'm going to highlight the URL, copy it, and go back to my my MailChimp. I'm going to click Import from URL. I'm going to paste that URL into the image. Click Import. It imports the image. Now, since we're adding an image in, I'm going to come over here to Show Image Style Options. No, we generally don't put borders around, but the one thing we do is we align it to the right, and then you're going to need to put some margin around it. So, since we're floating it to the right, top value we'll leave it 0, the right is going to be 0, the bottom 15, and the left 15. So, save and insert image after you do that, and there's your image. You'll see on the left and the bottom you have 15 pixels. Okay, so now we've set up our press release. Again, we'll have to worry about, see what's going on with the background. But then I hit Save and Close. And we're back to this view. And we're looking at the press release. And what I can do is click Preview and Test. If I enter preview mode, it shows me the desktop and the phone version. And we have that here. You see you have both of them. And then close out of that, click the little X. And then if you want to send a test, which you will do with every email, I'm assuming, you hit Send a Test Email. And you can type in an address here. And you can comma separate it. There we go, max@truecaller.net. Now there's a limit. MailChimp only lets you send so many tests. I think it's 25 or something. So there is a limit, and if you get beyond that, then you might have to create a new email. But you shouldn't need to send out that many tests. And this field's nice because once you send out a test and put in the email addresses, it will save those fields, and so you don't have to type them in every time. So then I can click Send Test, and the test has been sent. Click OK, it closes. So now I'll say I'm ready. This email's all good. I received my test and checked it out. It's great. I click next. Although normally after you send the test, you might want to click save and exit. So that you can see it. Now, when you get to this page, if you've made any mistakes, there might be a notification here telling you that you need to fix some things. At this point, if you're all ready to send, you can click the send button down here. This button does not actually send the email. If you click send now, that sends the email. So we're going to cancel this because we don't want to send that email. Or you can schedule it for some time in the future. And if you click schedule, it opens up this box here, and you can select the date, and you can select the time to send it. And then you hit send again, and it'll schedule it. Save and exit. I'm going to save and go back to the dashboard. Now, since I created that email, and I sent a test, it's listed under campaigns. If I go to campaigns, my email is listed here. And I can click on the title, or I can click on the edit. Note, when you're on here, once you send an email out, these are all your emails that have been sent out. Once they've been sent out to the list, you can no longer edit them. They're finished emails. You can only edit emails that haven't been sent out to your test. So if you click on it, it takes you back into the process, so you can go through the process again. This one, it takes you to the end, so this is where we left off. So it takes us back to that point, assuming that everything's good and you're ready to send it. So again, I'm going to save and exit and go back to campaigns. And that's pretty much it. I need to see why that background is being in there, so I might need to make a couple changes in the template. This is a bit of a change in our process. You don't have to work with any of the code at all, and I think this will work out fairly smoothly. But let me know if you have any questions.